Yeah, it started.
Hi, my name is Ojaswi. I go by Ojo in the community. It's been 12 plus years that I've been doing Tableau, 12 plus years as a data fam. 2024, the community picked me to be one of their social ambassadors. It's a thing of pride, joy, and a lot of responsibility. I've been doing a bunch of mentorship sessions with Data Visualization Society. It's a free um, it's pro bono, so no one has to pay any fees to be mentored. It's a team of mentors, and I highly encourage you, if you are an aspiring data analyst or you're moving into this field, explore Data Visualization Society's mentorship program. They do it quarterly. One is going to start very soon. There is a community post called DataFam Roundup. I got a chance to be featured there several times. Most of my articles or build along videos, they get highlighted ever so often. Currently, I'm co leading the retail and consumer goods Tableau user group. It's totally virtual. We have loads of dollars waiting as swag and gift cards. So join us in that retail and consumer goods. I will be sharing the links as we go. And there is a Slack channel we have. We want to grow that community, make it inclusive for you. So if you're listening to me, just hit me up, scan the QR code, and that will take you to my LinkedIn profile where all the details is there. I used to be leading the Toronto Tableau user group, but I retired from that in 2022, and now my all my energy is concentrated in three areas. One is to create content on LinkedIn for those who are learning Tableau. Second, towards growing the Tableau retail user group, and third is my 9 to 5 work. With that, enough about me. I want to go ahead and talk about today's topic. Everything's looking good. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes,
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 yes.
yes, Ajo. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. All right. So on my screen, here is the dates, fiscal versus Gregorian. So today's topic is, what if you were working in an office or any project where the start date of the year is not January. Usually, when I worked for my business or even for banking insurance companies, sometimes these companies have a fiscal start date, a day when they want to start their calendar, and that month is not the month of January. So, for example, here I've August as the first month of the year. So you can see August is falling in quarter one. So August, September, that's falling in quarter one. And if we were to choose a Gregorian calendar, then of course January, February, and March. If you look at this highlighted field in the year of 2024, January, February, and March fall in quarter one. This is how any Gregorian calendar is. Quarter two is April, May, June. Quarter three is July, August, September. And quarter four is October, November, December. When something of this kind, where your Gregorian calendar or when the first month is January, calculations are much easy. What I mean by calculations are year to date, month to date, quarter to date, week to date. These kind of calculations are easy to do because you don't have to factor in the first month of the year. But if we were to switch to a fiscal calendar where the starting month is any month other than January, then behind the scenes, the calculated fields in Tableau require some love. I mean, you have to do some calculations behind the scene to make it work. And today's presentation is going to be around that. Before we get into the details and weeds of it, let me just quickly demo. what I mean by this.
Sure.
So here, I don't know, something's switched up here, but um, I've chosen a fiscal calendar and I've said first month of the fiscal is July. So my first quarter is July. And then I've chosen show me current month to date. And it is showing August all the way to. Um, this is interesting. Hang on a second. Behind the scenes, what I've done is let me know when if this is legible or easy to understand. I've written a bunch of calculations. So here, what I have is in my data source, I've used just one spreadsheet Excel file, which has order date and then three calculated fields. This order date is one that goes all the way till 2030, I believe, the year of. Okay. And what I did is I went ahead and I created a filter, order date filter, which goes like so. So in the general, I said use all values, and then in the condition, I put order date. Oh, here I see what has happened. It should be order date less than today. That way, it just returns those values which are in this up until today's date. I don't need futuristic dates. Is the first limitation. Then, in order to make everything work, I have a few parameters. So I have one of the parameter which says show me what type of calendar it is. Edit parameter. This is a Boolean type parameter. True is a fiscal and false is a Gregorian calendar, anything that starts in January. The other parameter is edit parameter, first month of the fiscal. This also is a user choice. And the reason why I have this set up as an integer is because I want to add, I'll show you just in a moment, these values that are corresponding to Jan, February, March, all these months correspond to an integer value where January is 0, February is 11, 10, 9. Just hold on to this thought for a moment and I'll explain why. And then the other parameter that we have are the choices of showing current month, current year, month to date, and what have you. The reason why we have this parameter select the first month of fiscal, this one, let me quickly show and edit this. This one has value 0, 11 for January. Let me show you why. So in this, using this parameter, I have gone ahead and written up a calculated field that looks like this. That parameter value just we just saw, I'm using and I'm saying date add order date. To this order date, I'm going to add the first month of the fiscal, that integer value. As soon as I do that, I will show you that my fiscal date jumps. So in this calendar, let me get rid of this. Right click and bring my order date, discrete. Let me bring the month year of my order date. And then that formula which we just wrote, that is date shifted right here and date shifted back here, month year. Okay. First month of the fiscal is May. Oh, wrong column. My bad. It should be month, year, date, fiscal, and this one is uh, date fiscal. I'm in a meeting, and this one is the right. So here, when you see this month year, which is January, this is my order date, and this is showing September 2010. The point that we have to understand is May has an integer value affixed to it. So I'm switching it up based on this choice. If I were to say January is the first, then you will see I have zero value. So my date, fiscal date is not moving around. January is falling in January. But if I say February is the beginning of my calendar year, then it is switching up by 11 months. So the January of 2010 is becoming the December of 2010. So behind the scenes, this is the most crucial calculation, I believe. And that all that I have done is I've switched it up to be factoring the first month of the fiscal in the date. Right. So once I've gotten that, all of the calculations are fairly straightforward and simple. The and I hope that you understand why, because if I were to bring this date fiscal over here, make it into a quarter, you will see that December, um, actually, let me get rid of these two now, since I explained that. Move this quarter here and this one here. Get rid of this. Go back to this probably. So it brings my February, because I'm starting in February, to the first quarter of the year. Right. What I will do is I'll take you through. There are a whole bunch of current year, month year calculations. It's going to be difficult, but I can share as notes and this concept. But for the completeness of today's talk, let me show you behind the scenes one current year, month to date. So I'm saying my date is greater than equal to date trunk of that. I'm bringing it to the month level, and I'm saying date max, where date max is also a calculated field, which is a fixed level of detail and is returning the highest date in my data set, max of date. And then once I use that, I get to know, is this is going to return a true false, saying that is the date selected greater than equal to the month truncated to the max month of that year. So it will return the current month to me, right? Similarly, current quarter to date, this is also a Boolean calculation saying that is date, my date field, and comparing greater than equal to date trunk brings it to the first day of the quarter. So I'm saying at the quarter level of my max date, is my current date bigger than that? That way, it's also returning it to the latest and greatest date of that quarter and returning true for that value. Similarly, for year to date, date trunk year. When I have to do a previous month to date, um, this is the formula. I had to write the upper bounds and the lower bound. What happens is in my current year, I don't have to worry about this year because it's all happening when I use the date trunk. It's in that current existing year. But when I have to use previous year, I have to move it back to the previous year and then run the same date trunk calculation. So first, I've wrapped it around the taken it back 1 year by using the date add. So whatever date value, I take it back 1 year by using date add year minus one. that reduces the date field to previous year, and then I use the date trunk to return the month in which we are in. This way, it returns the current month of previous year, and then I'm comparing is my date greater than equal to the start of the same month in previous year. And then I'm putting an upper bound to it, and I'm saying date less than equal to date max previous year, where date max previous year is a similar formula to the date max we saw. It reduces the maximum date in my data set by 1 year. So these are the formulas that I've written: quarter to date, previous year, same concept. Instead of using month over here, I've used quarter, and previous year, year to date, very same formula, year. So these formulas I've thought were the most efficient. I tried a whole bunch of things, and I found these as the most efficient. Before we go away, the last part that I want to talk and let you know as to why I had to do what I did. So if you look at order date and then go to default properties, fiscal start is January. If I were to create a new field called date shifted here, which is nothing but a copy of the order date, just for demo purposes, this date shifted default properties fiscal start is in August. I moved it. This is one easier way of right clicking and saying the start date of my year. The start month can be a month other than January. It can be done. When you do something like this, and let's look at how the final result is. Date shifted, I'm going to bring in the month, the quarter, then the month, right? So you see, August is the in the first quarter, but none of the shifted month to date and quarter to date will work because that is where the challenge is, right? So it will say my choice is, if I say, is this the first quarter, quarter to date? It's going to say no. It's still returning true for January, right? Because I'm in February, and my time zone, my calendar shows February. So when I say, is it in this quarter? It still tries to return true for January and February. If you see, there are true values for this. So the conclusion is, and March. So the conclusion is, no matter what you do with right clicking and setting the thing over here, it will not work in a quarter to date, month to date scenario. And that is what I tried to call out, that this doesn't work because it doesn't affect the date trunk function. And in return, it doesn't work. So on when you want to get through something quickly by displaying it as start and end, maybe it works, but month to date, year to date, quarter to date, those functions do not work. I hope this was helpful. I will take a pause right now. And if you have any questions, go ahead.
Yeah, you can type it in the Q&A session there. We have a chat. Yeah, I just started this session. Please feel free to type if you have any questions.
Yeah, and by all means, this is a recorded session. So if I went too fast, this will be recorded and then you can go back and check it out. I do have in this dashboard, what I did is I recorded, and most of the dashboards, what I do, if I find something interesting, I record it and I embed it and then I publish it to my Tableau public. So if you go to Tableau public, you can see this dashboard with a recording of the concepts. And if you need the formula, just hit me up on LinkedIn and I can talk about it.
Okay. So is the download option enabled, Ojo?
No, sir. In maybe I will upload this once again and make sure that the download option is working.
Okay.
But no, I got
Okay.
burned before. People took some of my work and
Mhm.
reposted it as theirs.
Understood. Even I have seen redundant visualizations by different authors in Tableau
Yeah,
Public.
yeah,
Got it. Understood.
yeah.
So
It's a
maybe if someone can reach you out in LinkedIn, ask for the access, how are you? How will you be able to share that one?
For this one, because it's nothing out of the world, what I will do is I will enable the download.
Okay.
But yeah, for most of the work that I do, I don't. So it become a bad habit of mine to not enable. There are two houses of belief in the community, right?
Mhm. And
Yeah.
I believe,
Anything? Any other
yeah,
questions you have for
yeah,
me?
yes, we have one question from Prasanna Narayanan. So his question is, I have a use case similar to this, but in CRMA. Need some guidance on how I can go about it. Can you please help?
Yeah, I'm not that guy. I have not used CRMA as extensively. I wouldn't know. I can talk to you about Tableau in the Salesforce realm, but not in CRMA. Sorry about that.
Okay. I think I would love to revisit hiding the parameter with another parameter. So once this recording is available, I'll go through that again.
Absolutely. Oh, that one is because of dynamic zone visibility. I used dynamic zone visibility to control what you're seeing and what you're not.
Okay. Since we have time, would you mind to show that functionality, please?
Oh, absolutely. Wait, I just turned off the share screen. Yeah. So, when this date range is, when the type of calendar is Gregorian, it doesn't show the other parameter,
Correct.
right? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes, yes, exactly.
Okay, okay. Sounds good. So type of calendar, this is a Boolean type of parameter. It has, if when it is false, it is Gregorian. When it is true, it is fiscal. Currently, I have chosen false value, right?
Okay.
If I were to choose the true value, then this will show up. So let's see what is happening here. This first month of fiscal, that is inside a container which I have both this. So this one and this one, this guy is inside a container again, right? If you look
Mhm.
here in the item hierarchy, my first month of fiscal, this parameter I have put inside a vertical container,
Right.
and on that I'm using control visibility using type of
Oh,
calendar.
got it.
And this is how you do dynamic zone visibility,
Mhm.
where type of calendar is a boolean parameter. So it is returning true and false based on that value.
That's a good hack.
It's the easiest way of doing dynamic zone visibility. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I think this was introduced in the recent versions, right? I think last
Correct.
year.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
one or two versions, major versions back. Yeah. But people are using it like crazy, and it's one of the most popular features out there.
Yeah, because that was much needed functionality. And yes, I agree that Tableau is enhancing by taking what is that the requirements from the knowledge base. They are enhancing the Tableau desktop accordingly. When I have seen some extensions where the user can play how they play with the Excel. They can play with the extensions in Tableau desktop. That is a good
Exactly.
functionality.
exactly.
nowadays.
Infotopics is one, La Database is one. There are a whole slew of in Tableau Exchange, Viz extensions, dashboard extensions, even the Sankey. Think about it,
Sankey, yeah.
Srikanth. Like years back, we would have to write so many calculated fields and make a business
Trigonometrical
chart,
calculations.
and now it's just drag and drop.
Correct.
So I feel those who are newer in the community and are using the newer versions of Tableau, they are so much lucky. They have several people who talk about Tableau. There are so many other advanced tools that come out of the box naturally, with extensions and things like that. Back in the
Mhm.
days when I was starting, there was hardly any content creator talking about Tableau other than Andy Kriebel and the Andy Coteries of the world, Jeff Schaefer probably, but very few solid content. So self learning was hard. Yeah.
Correct, correct.
To this effect, actually, I'm launching my masterclass because I feel there's so much noise out there. You wouldn't know. Everybody and their dog walker has some course on Power BI or Tableau, and it's
Correct.
hard for people to understand, right? So I will be, if you are not on LinkedIn, I see Prasanna is asking they want to know about that masterclass. For sure, I'll talk about it. There are so many people out there who are learning from MOOC classes, Khan Academy, or what have you. But the hard part is it's just structured in a couple of hours, and you
Mhm.
can't learn Tableau in a couple of hours. Yeah, you will understand what it is doing, but your expertise depends on how much you practice, right?
Exactly.
And you also need a good mentor to tell you that this is not how it works. Self learning is hard. Let's agree with it. And in this current market, when you have so many people talking about it, half of them who haven't done much Tableau at all, you would know who are the good mentors versus the crappy ones, right? So that is the challenge. So I'm putting it all together. 80% of the work is done. I've recorded some of the sessions. It's going to be hands-on. It's going to be fun.
Sounds great. Even I'm eager to learn something about that session.
Oh, you're most kind, Shrikant. You know a lot. But yes, it has a mix of expertise. So if you are a beginner, intermediate, or even if you're advanced, there's something that is. I felt very inspired by Andy Kriebel's work forever. I self learned it watching his videos and his next level Tableau. That's also a mentorship program that I really enjoy. I'm part of that, and it has had a profound effect on me. I wanted to forever teach and mentor. I've done this before, but this what course I'm launching is a reimagined version, learned from some of the best in the class, right? So I'm really excited about it.
So
Good.
even
Any
I'm,
other questions?
yeah, maybe out of the topic. So can I ask you something? So with these improvements in Tableau desktop or server, like extensions or Pulse or Plus, Tableau Plus.
Yeah.
So so these data sensitive companies are taking much time to adapt that thing. So is there any quicker way for them to adapt, or so what is dragging them behind? Is it because of their confidential data, uh, which may be somewhere taken away by these third party extensions?
This is a great question. Actually, I think about it often. I'm not posing as someone who has all the answers. I actually don't. But I do have some ideas based on four or five of my clients I've spoken to. Tableau Plus has a premium price point. That is one.
Hmm.
And second, there is everything happened very quickly. So if you look at the last 1 year, they rebranded Einstein to Agent Force.
Correct.
And they launched a whole bunch of products, AI capable, small products like Data Bridge and things like that. They archived, they put it in. I feel there is a bit of confusion in the community. Not everyone is aware, number one. And second, even if they are, they don't know whether it'll take a couple of years. Maybe this conference is going to be the Tableau conference we have coming up, is going to be a good opportunity for Tableau and Salesforce team, marketing team, to market it in a way that it starts making sense,
Correct.
especially for
Exactly.
those who have been using the OG, the original version of Tableau. For them, it's quite a shift.
That's true. That's true.
True. I see Sudha is mentioning. Hi, Sudha. I'm seeing she's writing. It's about data security and hesitation. Data security on the cloud has been there. It's not a new topic. Ever since Tableau went on the cloud, there was some reservation. Some companies are still using on-prem in their own VPN, in their own cloud. They have an instance and not going to the Tableau cloud. But and that's mostly to do with data security and things like that. But if this is done properly, there is no reason to worry about data security, is what I think, because already if you're using any Salesforce product or any product on the cloud, your data is already out there, right? So there is no reason to just say that, oh, Tableau puts it on the cloud and nothing will happen. I mean, I'm scared for it. Your data is already out there. If you're using Amazon Bucket or S3 or any of that, you are already relying on the cloud. So Salesforce is not a Mickey Mouse anymore. It's a big company. So if you can trust Google and the Amazons of the world, then your just
Obviously,
boss
Salesforce.
needs to attend these user sessions for a bit.
Obviously, we are left out with very less choices between Amazon, Google, or some very less, less than 10, I can say. There is
Absolutely.
no choice, no other option we have. That's what I feel.
Right. So which of these features, I know we talked about doing some kind of a interactive session, uh, and I don't know, we have only four other participants currently hanging on. Is there a possibility to open it up for a breakout session, or we have another good 15 minutes in hand? What do you think?
If it is okay, we can continue here as well, or I can
I'm
stop the
fine
recording
either ways.
if required.
I'm fine. Yeah, I wanted to ask a couple of questions as to which are the features you are using at work more often.